This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning all. I hope all are able to hear me and all are able to see my screen. So, as part of last session, we are done with the Power Query module. So, one module is completed. So, today I'm going to start with a new module, that is Power BI service. Power BI service. What is Power BI service? Like what are all we are going to observe, that introduction we are going to see now. So now like just a second, I just want to cross check whether I hope you are able to see my screen. Okay, yeah. So so far, as part of this course, you are able to understand, you are able to understand how to get the data into Power BI, how to get the data into Power BI. You are able to understand how to perform a Power Query transformations you observed. After performing a Power Query transformations, loading the data into Power BI you observed. Then after creating a visualizations you observed. Let's assume that you loaded your data and you created your visualizations. Done. You are done with your task. Let's assume. So far as part of a training, we are creating a visualizations for page 1 or 2. Like that we are creating. Let's assume that is only the requirement. And you are done with the visual creation. Now, after you created your report, after you created your report, what are the next steps? So how you are going to share this one with a business, and what are all the activities that you can do after your report development? So that is all going to cover as part of next 4 to 5 days. Now, as a first step, so once you are done with your report development, you need to deploy that one, which means you need to place your report in a Microsoft cloud environment. That is what this Power BI service. Okay, so you are going to place it on Microsoft cloud environment. And once you place your file there, once you place your file there, from here you can share it with other users. They can access this one through this Power BI service. Okay, so now the place where we are going to place is a Power BI service. How to configure we are going to understand, and from here we are going to share it with the users. Users can access that report, and we have some other operations also where user can perform. So now we are done with our report development. So these things we are going to observe in next 3 to 4 days of time. So let's assume that I already loaded the data, and I'm creating a 2 pages or 2 visualizations I'm going to create. One is a country wise sales. The second one is segment wise sales, country wise sales, and segment wise sales. Segment wise sales. This is the only requirement that I have. Okay. So now I am saving this file. Save as, save as. In my desktop, I'm creating a new folder called service, and in that I'm going to create, save my report as report 1. click on save. So I loaded the data as you see here, and I created a visualizations for a 2 pages. Let's assume this is only my requirement. Now I saved my report as report 1. Now if I want to share this one with anyone, I require a Power BI service. What do you mean by Power BI service? Is nothing but it is a website. It is a website. Like you can go to Power BI website here. Whenever you click on Power BI, and you can observe that products here. Power BI desktop we done. Now next one is a Power BI Pro. You need to click on Power BI Pro. What it is saying is, for faster data driven culture throughout the organization, share and collaborate on interactive data visualizations by self-service analytics. It is saying that if you have this one, you can share and collaborate. It is asking for a buy now try free. So you can use this one for a 2 months of time for a free. You can use this one for a 2 months of time for a free. Like whenever you click on try free, it is going to ask you to provide your Office 365 email ID. It is going to ask you to provide Office 365 email ID or domain ID, and you need to provide your password. For Gmail and Hotmail and Yahoo, it will not work. Only your Office 365 email ID you need to provide. Once you provide your email ID and a password, your free trial will be started. It is going to be a 2 months free trial, and then after, if you still want to use, you need to pay $10 per a month. Now, so I already logged in to the Power BI service. Whenever you provide your username and a password, like email ID and a password, you are going to get a window like this, which means you need to log into a application called app.powerbi.com. This is a Power BI server. This is the Power BI server. So here, this is the site. The Power BI service is nothing but this one, this website. So here we are going to log in and we are going to place our file. What is the difference between a server and a service? Is a server is nothing but an infrastructure which you are going to own, which you are going to install, which you are going to configure, which you are going to maintain. A service is nothing but a software which you are going to use for a pay basis or a rental basis or a subscription basis. So you don't need to own that software, you just need to pay the rent and you just need to use it. What are the soft services that you commonly used to use on a daily routine? Is Naukari is a service, LinkedIn is a service, matrimony is a service, similarly OLX is a service. All these are the Flipkart is a service. All these are the different services, which is nothing but that is a software, and they given to you for a free to use that. For the people who ever started using that, they have other features also called premium. So if you start using a Naukri, it is going to suggest you for a premium license. They will say that they have a expert recruiters are there, they are going to review your resume, they are going to provide a lot of features, or you are going to get a more calls. So that is one thing. The second thing is, whenever you have a like at least a OLX also, if you want to sell something, they will say that they have a premium service. They will make your ad on the top if you pay something. So like that. So here A Power BI service is nothing but it is a software created and managed by Microsoft. You just need to pay the rent to use it. You don't need to install anything. You don't need to configure anything. You just need to pay the rent. So now a Power BI service is a website. It is a website. You just need to log in. I already logged in. Okay, I already logged in with a user and a password. Now, once you log in into app.powerbi.com, here you have a concept called workspaces. Workspaces. A workspace is nothing but a folder. If you want to maintain your files effectively, you can create a folder. In a laptop, you will have a drives. By default, OS will be there as part of C drive, and you can have a D drive, E drive, F drive based on your interest. In each drive, you can have a separate folders like that. Here also, by default, there is a concept called my workspace will be there. Along with that, if you want, you can create your own workspaces. A workspace is nothing but a folder. So, a Power BI service is nothing but a website. Here we are going to place our files. Inside that, there is a concept called workspace, which is nothing but a folder. So, like I'm creating a one new workspace, like I'm calling it as demo workspace. Demo. I just mentioned a name called demo, and I'm clicking on apply creation here. So okay, so I will showcase in a different like account tomorrow. So or just give me uh, or just give me 1 minute of time. I will showcase through different account. Give me a minute.
This conference will now be recorded.
So I logged into a different account and I created a report. Let's see whether I can create here. Otherwise, I will use existing workspace and I'll show how to create tomorrow. Like workspaces, and you can select a new workspace. And whenever we select a new workspace, I just selected a demo. And whenever I click on demo, and I'm clicking on apply. To use the contact or global admin, bring access to features. So contact. Okay, so it has disabled. I will showcase this one tomorrow. How to create a new workspace for today. Like I'm going to use the existing workspace. So as I said, a workspace is nothing but a folder where you can have create a workspaces and you can place your file. As of now, like I have a report called report one which I created, and I want to publish as part of one of my workspace called my workspace. Let me publish there only. So if you want to publish a report in a workspace, you have a two different options are there. One is come to workspace, click on upload and click on a browse, and you can select that file and click on open. This is one way of publishing your report. You can observe that report one is came here, and now I am deleting that again. um, so I deleted that one. And the another way to publish this one is go to report. You have an option called publish. So whenever you click on a publish, it will ask you to select a workspace or a folder. We just need to select that workspace and click on select. So whenever you select a workspace and click on publish or select, automatically that report is going to published in that respective workspace. You just need to refresh. You are able to see that the report is available here, and you can open that report and you can See what are the pages that you designed. Like I just created only one visual. That visual I can access from here. So this is how we are going to deploy our report in a Power BI service, which is nothing but like moving your entire file to cloud. So this is going to possible by using a two ways. Either you can go to Power BI service and upload, or you can click on a publish button here. This is how you are going to publish. Now, once you publish your report in a cloud, so let's assume that you developed your report by reading the data from a source. You loaded the data and you created a visualizations and you publish this report in a cloud. Whenever you publish this one, you are going to get a two files. One is data set, the second one is report. So whenever I am trying to publish this one, or whenever we upload this one, you got a two files here. Observe that one. Like in a my workspace, if I go, you can see two files. One is we called here it as semantic model. The second one is a report. We published only one, but you got a two files. That is nothing but like this one. One is data set or semantic model. Both are same. The second one is a report. What a report contains is a report contains only UI part, whatever the design that you made. What data set contains is this part, whatever the data that you loaded, whatever the data that you loaded, whatever the transformation that you performed, the result of the transformations is available in data set. So whenever you design a report and to publish that one, you are going to use a publish button or you are going to use upload button. By using that, you are going to move your file from your local to Power BI service. Whatever the workspace that you select, in that workspace the file will be moved. But whenever it is moved, you have a two options going to come, two files you are going to get. One is a report, the second one is a data set. A report is going to contain the UI part, whatever you developed. Data set is going to contain whatever the data that you loaded, whatever the calculation that you made, the result or output of Power Query. So that is how you are going to get a two files. Now once the two files are available here, as I mentioned, you can open the report and you can verify and you can interact. You can even edit the report, click on edit and click on new page. You can create visualizations. You can modify the visualizations, everything that you can do. Okay. So now when I create my report, when I publish my report, I have only one page. Now I have two pages. When I publish my report, I have only pie chart. Now I have a donut chart. So whenever the report is published, you can access from anywhere, different laptop, different workspace, different mobile. You can log in and you can modify the report. If it is a laptop or a desktop, yes, you can modify the report. If it is a mobile, you can access the report. So you can open the report and you can modify the report. Next thing is you can create a new report also by using this data set. At a data set level, you have an option called create report. Use a create report option and you are going to get a blank screen, and however you are going to get that at a desktop level, you are going to get the window and you can select whatever the visual that you want and select all the fields that you require. Then after Click on save. And whenever you are saving, it is asking you to which workspace you want to save. I wanted to publish on the same workspace. I'm calling it as report to 2. And then after, click on save. Okay, so now a report 2 got saved with a table visualization, and you can click on my workspace. You can observe that the two reports are available, because from this data set we created another report, so you will not get a separate data set. So now you have a two reports are there, one data set is there. Whenever, if you wanted to rename your data set, yes, you can rename it. I'm, instead of a report one, I'm just calling it as reports data set. I will call reports data set. I called. I can rename a data set. I can delete a data set. But whenever I'm deleting a data set, all the reports associated or all the dashboards associated with the data set will be removed. It is asking you, boss, if you delete this, I'm going to remove everything associated with this data set. Is it okay? If you said yes, everything will be removed. Before we observe that, we have a delete option at a report level also. Whenever you delete it, it is not going to delete any data set or other reports. So just click on delete, it got deleted. But whenever you click on delete from here, you are going to delete all the reports associated with that data set also. Now observe, when I delete a data set, report also got deleted. So now I am going to re-upload that the report, re-upload that report, upload or deploy or publish all are same. Okay. Okay. So I uploaded that data set. Now, so far, what we observed is, once the report is developed in a desktop, how to publish a report in Power BI service we observed. Once we publish a report, we are going to get a two files called dataset and report we observed. How to create a report from a dataset we observed. How to edit the report from existing report we observed. Then after, how to rename a dataset, how to delete a dataset, how to delete a report we observed. Along with that, along with that, you have an option called analyze in Excel. So before we are going for okay, analyze in Excel. Analyze in Excel is nothing but, let's assume that you are good at Excel. If you want to access this data set through Excel, and if you want to create some insights on Excel, at that time you have an option called analyze in Excel. So whenever you click on that, you can open that Excel in a web. You are going to see whatever the data model that you created. As of now, only one table of data that you have. Mm, mm. Model, why it is not loaded? Just a second. Now you can see that you have the columns are there, and you can access that country. So whenever you add that country, all the countries came. Similarly, whenever you add a segment, all the segments will come as part of a columns also. And similarly, you can add a value, but generally whenever we are adding a value, it is going to take measures as an input. Great. So even if you are not designed as a measure, it is taken. You can observe that we are able to analyze the data, and by using a like Excel. You can create a visualizations like a bar chart, pie chart also in this Excel. So if you are good at Excel and if you want to analyze your data set, access this data set in Excel, and if you want to create insights or if you want to analyze something, you can use this analyze Excel option. That is all about analyze in Excel. The next one is the next one is um, app.powerbi.com. Then after like analyze in Excel you observed, create report you observed, delete you observed, get the quick insights. So get quick insights is one of the AI feature that we have in a Power BI. By using that, you are going to get the insights from your data set. Like automatically, whenever you click on it, automatically it is going to generate the insights. Kind of, it is going to create a visualizations, and you can use that visuals if you like that. So click on View Insights. Like it is going to show different trends here from your data, and if you feel that any one of the visualization is value added, you can create a similar visual on your report, or you can use this visual directly in your dashboard also. That is all about get the quick insights. So you are not going to develop anything. Power BI is going to share insights. You can use that. Then after that is what view insights or get quick insights. Then after rename we observed, and a refresh history is nothing but like when this data set got refreshed. What do you mean by a refresh? Is nothing but because at the time of development you are going to load this data here, then after you are going to focus on this development, then after you are going to publish. Let's assume after 2 days or 3 days you got a new data here, and we want that new data to be available here, and that new data to be consumed by this report. We want to see the new data. So in order to get the data from a source to your data set, we are going to perform an activity called refresh. So whenever we refresh, the data will be loaded from source to data set, and report is going to access that data. So that report refresh option, refresh history is showing that is that data set got refreshed when it was refreshed, and it is going to showcase that information. As we just deployed this one, we are not refreshed this one, it is not giving a history. We cannot refresh directly now. We need to configure a gateway. We are going to observe that one future. So for now you need to understand that if data set is refreshed, you are going to get the updates here. Then after refresh state, download the file. If you want to download this file back, you can click on a download file. So by using upload, we are uploading. Similarly, let's assume that in office mission, office desktop, you created something and you developed something, you deployed. At a later time, at a home, you wanted to rework on that one. So if you have a laptop, you can open app.powerbi.com and you can download this version and you can continue your development. So I was able to download the data set from Power BI service. I am naming it as report to 12 and I'm saving it. I can open and I can use it. So you can download the data set also. Similarly, and remaining items, kind of view workspace lineage. A workspace lineage is nothing but like what is the report, that what is the report which is used by what is the data set, this is used by what is the data set, end to end complete navigation it is going to showcase. That is what lineage. And you can click here also, you are going to see this one. This is a different view this to see the dependencies of your complete reports, dashboards, data sets. So by default, you are seeing like this list view. A lineage view is nothing but for each report you are going to get what is the data set, what is the source, and everything. The next one is view item lineage. Like previous one is view workspace lineage. Whenever you click on a workspace lineage, it is going to showcase entire workspace. At this point of time, I have only one file. If I have a 5 data sets, it is going to give an information of a 5 data sets here. That is workspace lineage. View item lineage is nothing but it is going to give an information related to a single specific report. Observe that for report 1 it is giving a lineage. That is what workspace and item level lineage. Then after move to, if you want to move this report to a different workspace or like in this scenario to a different folder, you can move it. So I'm creating a new folder called test. I'm creating create. So now I'm going to select this one. Just a second. Atal bhai kuch. Durga Hari. Atal bhai. So here move one item from my workspace. So it is not allowing, so because it might be my workspace, like I will showcase in a different workspace. Anyways, we'll observe that one later. So other than like whatever the discussed items, remaining items will be covered as part of coming sessions. So these are the different options that we have at data set level. Similarly, at a report level, you have an option called share that we are going to observe. The second one is a favorite. So you can make your report as a favorite. If you mark that one, you can access that one from a home screen itself. In the home screen, you are able to see that favorites. You can observe that whatever the report that I marked as favorite is displaying here. So you no need to go to a different workspace. You no need to find a report straight away. You can come here and you can open your report, which means whenever you wanted to view a report more frequently, at that time you can mark that as a favorite. That is all about favorite. The next thing is like analyze in Excel you observed, delete you observed, quick insights you observed, save a copy. If you want to save a copy, okay, we don't have on this one. I'll show you this one tomorrow. So like workspace lineage, item lineage we observed, and the remaining we are going to cover. So these are the options at a report level. And after opening a report, you have many other features are there like a file menu and all those things. From here we will cover in tomorrow session, and we will give an account for a practice, like from our end, like in that group I will make today or tomorrow I will share the credentials. You can log in from that account, and you can log into app.powerbi.com by using that credentials. Try to create a workspace, try to deploy your data set or report, and verify all these features whatever I covered so far. Till here, anyone has any questions? If you have a question, unmute and proceed. If you don't have a question, mention no. Okay.